Alright, this is going to be a quick demonstration about building a file upload box outside of the WordPress admin. Uh, I found this to be pretty useful. I didn't find it to be that hard to put together. WordPress already provides a great deal amount of functionality. I just found that some of it needed just to kind of be better structured, so I've attempted to kind of organize some of the chaos. So we can see here what we're looking at is a basic WordPress install. Just to verify, if we look over here, if we look at my index, nothing fancy. Style sheet, nothing fancy. Again, basic WordPress install, and this is just a demonstration theme. Here's the actual media library. There's no assets in there. Here's the folder. Again, no assets. We're going to jump back over here. We're going to upload a file. We're going to do this file right here. If the upload is successful, we'll return the post ID. So post ID is 17. Just to verify, we've made all the correct thumbnails. There's our original. If we look in our database for post meta, we'll see here's the post meta information. If we want to see that more legible, we'll jump over to the shell, run PHP in interactive mode. First, I'm going to remove the single quotes, replace those with double. So let's jump back over to the shell, put R. So here's our image meta information. Just again, this is the same thing that's in the database, just easier to read. Here's the bonus though. So I've added keyword, city, region, and country, which is pulled from IPTC data. That's of course if your image supports it. And if we jump back over here, refresh, we'll see our image is in the media library. And to show you guys how that's done, let me remove some of these files here. So if we look in index, this is just some kind of checking going on with their reporting. We include our two files, media upload, which is a class, image meta, which is also a class. We have a check here for if post is set. If post is set, we're going to run media. We're going to instantiate the media upload class and run the save upload method. Down here is nothing more than a simple form. I want to note that my file represents the actual file, the actual name of the input field. So let's look at the save upload method. Here's our media upload file. I want you guys to note that permissions are not handled here. This does nothing with security, making sure users are permitted to do this, making sure that users are permitted to write to these folders or anything like that. Security and permissions are not handled here. This file or this method is clearly just to organize some of the common functions that you use to upload files within WordPress. If we look here in the save upload method, it accepts a field name and a user ID. The reason why we pass in the user ID is just in case we want to say have a default user for file uploads. So handle the file upload. If we look at that method, very simple, does nothing but does a require once for the WordPress file, handles the upload, and returns it. After that, if it's set, we continue. If it's not, we just get out. Check set the user ID, build the global unique identifier. Again, same thing, very simple. Call a WordPress method, call a WordPress function, return, go back to where you came. From here, this section right here, we're actually building out our data that's going to go into our WP post table, the MIME type, the guide, title, and so on and so on. Again, nothing fancy. Here's where the WordPress generates their thumbnails and everything along that line. We have another small require once for one of their admin files. We generate the attachment meta, which returns the array of all of this information. And then we're going to add to it. So we're actually going to add to the image meta, we're going to add keyword, city, region, country. So this is where the little bonus comes in. If we look at new image meta, and if we reference this guy, we have an image meta.php file. If we look at this class that I created here, we'll see that it's nothing, as of now, it's nothing but a simple method to parse IPTC data and return that data. You pass in the value of the word that you want, and then you pass in the image, either the file path, the URL, or whatever, and then that will return to you the IPTC data. And if we look here, the next one is update attached metadata, which updates the data within the database. This is upload feedback, is something kind of weird that WordPress needs. In a nutshell, that's everything. Now, if you're wondering two things, one, why are keywords stored here versus being a taxonomy or a term? I kind of feel that it's better just to keep this information here for later use. Ideally, if this is going to be a taxonomy or a taxonomy and then terms, I would actually have another method that lifts the data from the database, creates your taxonomies and your terms, and of course you would only run that method once or every so often. So that pretty much summarizes how you could easily build your own WordPress upload box.